Played off, I'm super nervous, my heart is beating crazy at this point. I'm walking in front of her, past behind her. So I'm like, alright, cool. So we get in and she still has no idea. She's like, you know what? I love this place, but it doesn't have an elevator. Like, she broke out something like ABA. I don't know what that is, like, you know, that act. The act. And I was like, whatever, Mom. Then we get to the stairs. If you guys have me on Snapchat or follow me on Snapchat, Des Mouse. I recorded the whole thing. The way that she was shaking, dude, she was shaking like, you know, like it wasn't like you're shaking like you're cold. She was shaking like crazy, dude. I was like, damn. Auntie Rosalie, I hope that she doesn't fade, you know, I was stressed. But she didn't fade, it was great. That was like by far the best surprise party I've ever seen in my whole life, and I want to thank you all for doing that. So check this out. My mom and I are alike in so many ways, but surprise parties are not one of them. I've had a couple of surprise parties thrown for me, right? But both times, my mom told me. So this is what she did. She said, "Hui, do you know they're throwing a surprise party for you?" Dude, this is real. I looked at her, I was like, no, it's a surprise. And then, yeah, Steve threw a surprise party for me. Like, you know, Steve, the big guy, he's throwing a surprise party for you. I was like, thanks, Mom. So that night, I went to the mirror. How do I act surprised? How do I act surprised? That's the kind of relationship that my mom and I have. Like, I tell her everything. And that's why this one was so hard to keep from her. Planning all of this, setting all of you up. When I got confirmations from you all, I was just so excited. Like, yes, they're coming. She's going to be so excited. And she would be right there, right next to me, and I would just want to tell her. But I couldn't. But surprise parties, we're not alike. But there's so many other aspects of my life that we're so alike. And the way that I really analyzed it was, friends would tell me, like, all new friends, they would be like, dude, I know where you get it from. And I'd be, get what from? And they're like, I know why you're crazy. And I would be like, what? Then they see my mom, you know, we throw a lot of parties, we do a lot of gatherings, and my mom is in the mix. Hey, Berlin. But I feel like I get a little extra or a little crazy when I drink a little bit of alcohol. My mom is doing this sober. So she's the queen of crazy. But I definitely know where I got it from, and Mom, our life, I can't say it's the most perfect life, but the way that you raised us, the way that you showed me how to be a leader, the way that you showed me how to work hard, I promise you in this life, we're going to do big things, and we're already doing big things, and it's because of you. All your sacrifices, everything that you've done, there's no possible way I could thank you enough, but doing something like this, and watching you overwhelmed, and watching you speechless, I've never seen that from you, and the way that made me feel, Mom, was just like, thank you all for being who you are, thank you all for the friendships that we have, thank you for family. It's all these crazy things happen in this life, but these type of relationships, this type of family, this type of love, it freaking makes it worth it to me. I love you, Mom. I wish you a happy birthday, and know that I'll always do my best to make you proud. I love you.
Top a speech like that. Oh, let's give him a round of applause for that great speech right there. Good evening, everyone. I'm pretty sure majority of everybody in this room knows who I am. For those of you who do not know, I'm the youngest son, Patrick. So I want to start off by saying thank you to everybody who is in this room right now, because you took the time out of your Sunday to be here and celebrate this special moment and be with us. So thank you. Let's give each other a round of applause for being here. Each person in this room was specifically hand-chosen because you are in some way or another special to my mom, so thank you for being here. And I do want to say thanks to my brother he was the mastermind behind this whole thing. He planned this like 4 or 5 months ago. He did 99% of the planning. You know, the other 1% was just me saying, yes, I agree. No, but on a real note, he did work hard, and thanks to everyone else who pitched in, Uncle Danny, Auntie Rosalie, Auntie Melly, Lorna, Kuya Rick, thank you so much. But I guess the purpose of this whole thing was just really to throw you a party and show our appreciation to you and give back to you because you're always so giving. You know, that's just your personality. Looking back on all the years, you've just been such a giving person and you've helped a lot of lives. For example, you spent the majority of your professional career as a nurse. Now you volunteer, you still help with the church, and you're always giving back to the community, so you're always a positive influence in the world. So I guess the biggest difference you've made in the world is because the way you can influence others, specifically your students, because you spent so much of your years teaching, and I actually went through her nursing program. This was back in 2008. So she's been my mom, so a mom's a mom, right? So I got to see a side of her that I would have never been able to see until I went and did the curriculum. Oh my goodness. But it's so evident that you are so influential and you've helped the world because of the students that you've educated. For example, I'm going to tell you a story. This is a true story. So she's retired now, so she travels all over the place. I don't even know. Sometimes I come home, like, where's mom, Dave? Oh, she's in Canada or something. What? So, about 2 years ago, she's telling me the story that really was a nice story. So, she's in the Philippines now, right? She's in an airplane, already, like, I think she's going from Manila to Boracay or something, like a small plane. And then, whenever there's an emergency, someone's sick, any healthcare professionals on board, we need some help, please. So her, of course, she's like, what's going on? What's the situation? And then, by the time she gets there, there's already a guy that's like, assessing her and treating her. It turns out that lady, I guess she was diabetic, had low blood sugar, and then she was fine. But they ended up landing, and once they got off the plane, the guy who was assessing and had it all under control, he walked up to my mom and he said, "Miss Ramos, is that you?" It turns out that she was his instructor back in like 20 years ago, Mount St. Mary's. So, these occurrences happen all the time. I remember last time we were at Banana Bay just enjoying it. And then some guy's like, "Ms. Ramos, I don't think you even remember me, but you helped me so much. I'm one of your past students." So this happens all the time. So that just confirms that you are an influential person to their life, and they are in turn helping a lot of people. So because of you, who knows? A lot of people are saved because of you. Since we're on the topic of her being a teacher, since I went through that curriculum, so